Best friend, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having the most incredible day. This is the first time that you're watching my channel. My name is Sebastian and I welcome you guys with open arms. I do pop culture videos every day. So if you're looking for a new messy best friend, you have found me. Just call me your new messy chismosa best friend, bitch, okay? Now, you guys, listen, we gotta talk because Jennifer Lopez's team is allegedly begging her to cancel the tour. But before we get into that, I wanted to wish you guys a happy Monday. I wanted to say, best friend, anything and everything is possible, okay? Don't ever doubt your dreams, best friend. Yes, your best friend woke up preachy today, bitch. And what, girl? Listen, sometimes we don't hear this enough, okay? You got this. I'm proud of you and all your dreams are gonna come true. All right, bitch? Sometimes you need a messy best friend to remind you that anything and everything is possible, all right? And if it doesn't, just remember to sing, "This is me." Now, listen, girl, we gotta talk because according to Daily Mail, allegedly, hey, girl, allegedly, Jennifer Lopez's team were in crisis talks to cancel her This Is Me Now tour over poor sales, with pop princess keen to go ahead as tickets are now being scalped for as little as $10 online. Now, anytime I read some kind of, article or a headline, just always take it with a grain of salt, best friend, because, it's obviously alleged. But we're going to do some research in the middle of the video. So don't worry, girl. You know I am your Nola Ho. You know I am the Blues Clues bitch. You know I am Dora the fucking Explorer, okay, of the T world. All right, listen. So let me just read this article, bitch. It says, Jennifer Lopez was at the center of crisis talks. Ooh, best friend. You know what I don't know how in the hell that sentence just gave me the most, it just gave me the most biggest desire to eat croquetas cubanas. Have you ever guys had croquetas? Yeah. Oh, it's like this Cuban fried pastry with ham inside, bitch. Ooh. And I'm a vegan, bitch. I will break that in a second, girl. Sorry, girl. I don't know why it just made me crave it, bitch. Am I pregnant? It says, Jennifer Lopez was at the center of crisis talks over her upcoming tour, with organizers keen to pull the plug over poor ticket sales to stave, I don't know what that means, embarrassment. But the singer and her manager refused, insiders have claimed. Lopez is hitting the road next month with a string of dates across North America in support of her 9th studio album, This Is Me. But with only a matter of weeks to go, she is still facing a worrying lack of sales, with blocks of seating still available at multiple venues, according to official seat maps on Ticketmaster, and resale sites scalping tickets for as little as $10. Now, multiple insiders have claimed Live Nation, the promoter behind the tour, recently suggested canceling all 30 dates, but no one, including her long-term manager, Benny Medina, was able to convince her. Ay, Dios mío. Sometimes ego and hard-headedness, bitch, will just make you fail. A few weeks ago, Live Nation met with J-Lo's manager, Benny Medina, to suggest canceling J-Lo's tour, and because him and J-Lo are so adamant that the show must go on, it's going on. Medina urged Lopez to create her latest album, This Is Me, which centers around the rekindling of her relationship with Ben Affleck 20 years after the two separated. According to Variety, girl, whatever, bitch, Medina, who launched J-Lo's career in 99, believed that her love story with the actor needed to be retold. You see? Anyways, girl. And he told her, let me put you in touch with some writers who can help you transcribe this. So it was Benny Medina whose idea was this? Girl, Anyway, so it says the insider suggested a lack of appetite of her tour could be due to her being overexposed. Absolutely. J-Lo is overexposed and has put herself out there way too much. First it was her marriage, then her never-ending honeymoon, followed by a movie, then an album release. Then she felt the need to tell her and Ben's love story in a documentary that she funded called The Greatest Love Story Never Told. And now Benny allowed her to go on a massive tour. It's just way too much. Okay, so let's talk about this, best friend, because well, actually it continues, so let's just read a little bit more. It says, Jennifer, girl, let me tell you something, best friend. When I was always asked to read in school, right, like I would hate it because like everyone has to read, you know, a little sentence out loud. Anytime I would read, they would be like gay, gay, homo, like, oh my God. And now I read, and you know what, bitch, I look back and, you know, yes, I am going to be starting therapy, but I look back and I'm like, if I could go back and I would be like, hell fucking yes, bitch, I am gay. You know what I mean? Like, I wish that I wouldn't, like, little Sebastian cried so much back then when I had to, like, do anything in class. And I hated reading because also I have dyslexia and ADHD, so sometimes the words just jump around, bitch. But but the moral of the story is, since I started doing tea videos, I've had to read a lot. Girl, it's improved my reading, bitch. And some words, I don't know what they mean, but you know, anyways, just wanted to share that little tidbit. It says, Jennifer's always been a marketing and PR genius, but her biggest miscalculation here is that she thinks the world is still interested in Ben and Jennifer's love story. Ooh, the shade! But no one cares about Bennifer anymore. The world has moved on. A second source told Daily Mail that Live Nation had talks with Medina to prevent the embarrassment of Lopez performing to an arena full of empty seats. Live Nation is very concerned about the lack of tickets sold and doesn't want Jen to feel embarrassed when she goes out there and sees empty patches in the stadium she's going to perform in. But Jen has too much pride to cancel. So it'll currently be what it will be. They can't convince her to change course. A third source also confirmed meetings took place, telling Daily Mail they were discussions regarding multiple options pertaining to the tour, but ultimately it was agreed on by everyone involved that the tour would remain on course. Ay, Dios mío, señor, por favor. Like, I don't know. In March, she quietly canceled 7 dates in Cleveland, Nashville, Atlanta, Tampa, New Orleans, and Houston. At the same time, she announced the addition of second dates in Miami, Toronto, and New York. All right, best friend. So we got to talk because now they're saying that despite the rebrand, tickets for her July 6th date on the American Airlines Arena in Dallas, Texas are being sold for as little as $10 on a resale site, Seat Checker. The low figure is $26 cheaper than the price of one of her This Is Me Now caps from her tour merch. Ay, Dios santo poderoso, what is this? Despite selling the majority of her tickets for the first night, numbers are abysmal for the second night, in particular on August 17, the closing night of the tour, with large numbers of seats still available. VIP packages for the gig, which range in price from $651 to $4,000, are also proving difficult to shift. Other acts, wow, best friend. Okay, so let's talk about this, right? So pride is something that I think Jennifer Lopez definitely has quite a lot of, you know. I think that, you know, okay. When you are a 2000s or 90s act, right? And you were like, if you had more fame back in the day than you do now, there are some rules that you have to, you know, that you have to go by, right? The first one is you gotta pace yourself, and you gotta, you know, even though, you know, you did the Super Bowl, even though this or that, you are still successful, right? Because Jennifer Lopez, I mean, you know, she did the Super Bowl, you know, I don't know what else, you know, if she's had like, oh, Hustlers was, you know, a big hit. The issue with J-Lo is what they said is she is like everywhere, right? She is so up everybody's ass, okay, that you don't feel like you miss her. I feel like artists and singers and actors, they gotta have some space between projects so people can miss them and also people can save some money for the next fucking project, you know? Because concerts are not cheap. Even going to the movies is not cheap. Fuck, even having a streaming, thing is not cheap, you know? So I would say, like, you know, you have to not be so overly exposed and, you know, kind of have some mystery, you know? Listen, had she done the Super Bowl, then, you know, did Hustlers, those things were fabulous, right? Those were big hits for her, right? Everyone loved the Super Bowl, right? Then, right, I feel like she striked a deal with Netflix and she's had a couple movies with Netflix. She has a new one coming out later this month, right? I feel like the album, unfortunately, was not necessary. And I do believe that the world does not care about Bennifer anymore, right? Because there's so many bigger things going on in this world that our attention should be there, right? So, you know, for them, it's like, you know, oh yeah, cute, they're back together, great. But that's it. But a $20 million project, that's just serving your ego, right? That is serving you. And the public and the audience who you think people do projects for, not J-Lo, she does projects for herself, in my opinion. But the people out there are like, girl, we've seen this story before. Had she not, listen, I bet you anything, best friend. Had she not done the documentary, had she not done that $20 movie, had she not put out that album, had she not done another song of a marriage, and had she not included another fucking wedding, I promise you, had she not done any of those things and maybe just put out a single or maybe two, you know, maybe like with a cool feature or a cool collab, keep it funky, keep it fresh, keep it hip, you know, blah, blah, blah. Like, do a cool song with like Karol G or like, you know, do a cool song with anyone, right? That is like super famous right now. Had she done that and then announced her greatest hits tour and also maybe not be so out of touch with the reality of the financial situations of everyone in the world and what is really going on in the world, had she done cheaper, you know, seatings and not be so up in everybody's ass, I promise you the tour would sell because people still really love J-Lo. But the thing is that her egocentric ways and her diva antics just do not fit in the world that we are living to today. Do you know what I mean? So I just feel like when she was in Vegas, right? I thought it was pretty good. I mean, you know, she had a good, you know, she had a good run, right? And, you know, it wasn't crazy expensive and, you know, blah, blah, blah. But the thing is when you hold yourself to this huge, like, you know, pedestal, right, that you yourself put you on, it comes off as so nasty to people because it comes off as like you are out of touch, your ego is all over the place, you think you're better than everybody, so it does not connect with what the state of the world is right now. So she really should have just, you know, not done any of those projects, not brought out an album, you know, not shove her life down our throats, put out a cool summer song, announce her greatest hits tour, and put down the prices. She would have sold. She would have maybe been at 70%. But because of all of these things and her actions, and not only that, best friend, but everything that has come forward, like her, you know, her attitude, her rudeness to fans, you know, everything, best friend, you know, I feel like that is just what is turning people off so much. So I feel like she needs to calm down a little bit. I think that there is a difference between believing in yourself and thinking you're above everybody. And that's where we disconnect. Do you know what I mean? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Second of all, lastly, before I let you go, best friend, I just want to remind you once again, bitch, that you got this. Anything and everything that your heart desires, you got. Remember, best friend, learn from Ms. J-Lo. Don't think you are above anybody. Don't think that you are the shit, okay? Let people give you your flowers. Don't go buying your own flowers like Miley says. Well, I mean, you know what I mean. Let them praise you. Let them give you flowers. Don't praise yourself. Don't give yourself flowers in an obnoxious way. Be proud of yourself and pat yourself on the back. But don't shove that down people's throats, because trust me, bitch, nobody likes that. So anyways, girl, J-Lo, according to your tour, I don't know if this is real or not, obviously allegedly, but I would say probably the best thing for you to do is, if it is so incredibly empty, you gotta, whatchamacallit, girl, you gotta cancel it. But her pride would never allow it, bitch. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that follow, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Mwah. Bye.